What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. And the day before we get Shermie and Lady Choi, I thought I'd go through the daily grind with you guys. Now, for all of you that are veterans, you've been playing this game for a long time, you already know what to do. There's no need really for this video for you. But in case there's a brand new player coming to this game, in case there's a player that's coming into the game just for Shermie or even Lady Choi, I thought I'd do a nice little daily grind for you guys. Now, I'm probably going to be skipping through some things and just saying what I'm going to do, because if I don't, the video might be a little bit longer than what I really would like it to be. But what I always do, guys, is the first thing I do is I go down to dungeon here, and I jump in dungeon, go into challenge dungeon, and I run through my game modes. I go to Reviving Hell's dungeon, and maybe you'll be playing this, trying to get through it. I'm at tier 67. This is my free-to-play account, and I just collect my experience bottles from here. Then I would go into Time Attack. Now, Dungeon Trials is a game mode that you can absolutely play, but I don't really play this game mode, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't play it at all, because the rewards just aren't worth it. Yeah, you can get some imprint stones, and these imprint stones are okay, but these are HP stones. They're not double attack like what you can get from Guild Raid. In Guild Raid, you can get double attack stones with a specific dot for your character, whereas in this game mode, you can't. You can get other rewards, don't get me wrong. You can get gold hammers, you can get some experience balls, and those things do help, but honestly, this is so easy and so boring that I just never play it. And then we get into Time Attack. Now, Time Attack is definitely something you should be playing every single day. You should absolutely be playing this, because this is what you can get your rubies from every day, guys. You absolutely want to play this. And really, they always kind of show, like, you can look at the #1 teams a lot of times, and you can see who they're using, right? They're using Athena here for a PG buff, for Rugal here, so Rugal can get the score, right? And if you get the max score in here, right, if you get the SS rank, you're going to get the most rubies. And this really does add up every single day. You absolutely should be playing this. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be skipping through some things. Then you get into Team Relay Challenge. Now, this is a game mode where, I mean, really, guys, like, I think pretty much most players can pretty much just hit auto battle, hit one, hit start, and let it go. That's pretty much what I do every single day. I just hit auto and let it go, because it's just too easy. And obviously, since it is Monday, right, the reset of the week, you always want to come in here, get in here, collect all those wonderful rubies that you have, especially for maybe a collaboration or for whatever banner you plan on pulling in. Maybe you're waiting for a future character that's going to show up in the game, right? But you want to always collect these rubies. You know, in the very beginning, when I first cleared these things, I actually forgot to collect rubies a couple times. And you want to collect this memory. And the thing that's nice about this is, once you combine 3 Fest memories like this one here, you can actually get, you can level up your Fest characters. Although lately, with our collaborations, now we're just getting, more often than not, we're getting SS or EX, so that's not going to be as useful in the future. But I mean, they did give us the Nostalgia Chun-Li and the last collaboration, which we could use those memories for. And then obviously, guys, you can go into Tower Trials, come in here, collect your free clear every single day, or play it if you're trying to get through it, right? You get to do this 3 times a day. And then what I do is I jump out of here, and I go into the battle. I come into the battle here, and this is where I would play Absolute War, and I would play League Match. You always come in here, play Absolute War, right? Now, the first day of the week, it's really a good idea when you play Absolute War that you can do some resets, right? So I would play with all 3 of these teams, and then really you'd have some teams here where you can play it more often. The reason you want to do that is because you're actually going to get more of these tokens. I mean, I got a lot of these racked up. I just have my fame at level 10, and my attack on all my characters on my free-to-play, and even then it's still rarely easy, but I do have a bunch of these tokens saved up. And if you do use like 10 rubies, and this is not something I'd recommend, but at the very beginning of the week when you're in these lower ranks, it's a lot easier to move up in the ranks and actually gain more of these tokens every single day, right? So the first day of the week, it's a good idea to come in here and maybe play 10 rounds if you can, and then every day after you can just play 3 rounds each day. And then you have League Match. League Match, really, I mean, I can't jump in here right now, guys. It starts in 17 minutes at the time of recording this video. But in here, you can get rubies. I mean, these are 2 very, very important game modes to get rubies from. You should always, always play those. Dream Match is really something for fun that you can actually, just goof off and play in. And then you get into, and then I would go straight into the guild, right? I'd go into the guild. I would collect all of my, or not collect, but I would greet all of my guild members. You got to greet 10 of them, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and greet 10 of these guys. And that is done. And now, normally what I do, guys, and I'm not going to bullcrap any of you, is I go in Guild Boss Challenge, and I would hit start, and I would hit start, and I just go auto. I would just auto this game mode for the most part. Normally, I'll go ahead and play it today, but normally I just auto it because the rewards are just RNG based. And guys, I've done over 200 of these boxes that you get out of this game mode, and I've never gotten a stone I needed. I've never gotten one. We'll turn that auto off here. All right, and remember, this is my free-to-play account, and I don't have optimal cards on my characters. That's something else to keep in mind. Okay, we're going to block. Kind of start off a little bad there because, well, we started out bad there because I had it on auto. Okay, we'll just run through here. And if I had better cards on Ryu, you know, I could definitely run through my skills at a faster rate. There we go. Want to make sure at 120 we go ahead and switch. All right. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, it's honestly, it's a really easy game mode. And you guys can see the cooldown on my Akuma is terrible, right? So it's just I don't really care about the game mode that much. And that's kind of unfortunate. And it's really a problem that Copas has is like a lot of players kind of feel the same as me, where they're like, look, we love the game and we want to play these game modes, but you guys just, like, when the rewards aren't that rewarding, no pun intended, you kind of lose interest, man. You really do lose interest in playing. And I play it, but like I said, guys, I mainly just auto the crap, right? I just mainly auto this normally, right? I just let it go. Now, when I auto, you know, I only get about 400 million, something like that when I auto this thing. So obviously playing it, you're going to do a lot better. But because the rewards just aren't really that good, you don't really want to play it, right? It's a big crux of the game. It's like, Copas always does these things where we have all these RNG-based rewards. I don't mind it in guild raids so much because it really isn't that difficult to get the max score in guild raid. And, you know, I've actually gotten quite a few SS and BS memories from there, but I know a lot of other players that haven't gotten anything. I mean, they really should find a way, and I've mentioned this in multiple videos, they really should find a way to where we can get better rewards. The more rewarding the content, the more challenging, the more rewarding the content is, the better the content. And when it comes to guild raid, guys, I mean, I'll show you, I mean, this is what I do every single day, right? I go to Inferno, I go into Ready, right? And I'll set up my team. Now, I need to set up a Shock Striker here because Geese is actually weak to Poison and Shock. So we're going to go ahead and find Mary here, right? There she is. Put her in here. And there we go, right? And, yeah. And what I do, guys, is I pretty much just get my 1.25 billion and I just let it go and let them die. Pretty much is what I do every day. Now, if I feel like the meter for the guild challenge isn't met, I will push it and I will try to do better. But typically I don't really need to. Even on my free-to-play guild, the guys do really spectacular. They do awesome. They get it high enough scores that I don't really have to worry about that too much. But if it was something I need to worry about, I would try to get better scores, right? Because I don't want to screw my guild. I definitely don't want to do that at all. And this is like normally what I would do. I would just do my little runs here, right? And by the way, guys, this just really just shows you how easy all of this is as well. But I really literally would go through 2 rotations, get my score, and then just let my character die. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Because there isn't really no point to try to push this and go higher unless you want to brag, unless you want to get good scores. And there for a long time, I was in that boat. You know, I tried getting really high scores, and I really wanted to push it, and, you know, I was into it. But guys, that only goes so far, right? It only goes so far when you're doing that kind of stuff, and it's just, I mean, Netmarble really needs to do something about it, guys. They really need to give us more rewarding content. I know I'm kind of straying from my daily activities, but it is a problem. It is a problem. It's like, you know, yeah, we're getting Shermie and we're getting, you know, Lady Choi, and that's awesome, but I mean, really, for all of us, I mean, even for my free-to-play account, guys, I mean, I don't need those characters. No, I don't need them at all, right? And look at our score, right? and boom, I already hit the score. So I would literally just, like maybe get a few extra points, do my 3PG here, let the 3PG play out, and then I would just take this controller, set it down, and let it go, right? I love playing this game, but, I'm one of those players when I feel like there's no need to really push it unless I'm trying to get a high score, unless I'm trying to do something with a certain team. I just don't care. There's really no need to do it, right? I'll probably play this later, but you get the idea, right? I'm just being fully honest with you guys, but as far as what I do every day, right? And that's pretty much. But if this bar here isn't completely down, if I feel like it's not going to get finished, then I will try to get a high score in order to make sure that my guild doesn't get screwed. On my main account, I definitely don't have to worry about that at all. Those guys get crazy scores. I don't need to worry about that. But on my free-to-play account, I do kind of watch it. And then after I do my guild, I would go into the dailies. And I would run through here and do every one of these dailies and make sure they're all complete. Every single one of them except for Championship. That's the only one I don't play. You guys know how I feel about Championship. It's not a rewarding game mode. It can be a fun game mode, but the desyncs and the constant disconnects, it just isn't worthwhile, guys. I mean, we really need some good in-game PvE content. And once I get through all this, I would collect all of my rubies. I would go into my inbox. I would collect all of my rubies from here, from Time Attack, from all my dailies, and so on. And then I would pretty much be done. And if I wanted to do something else, maybe I'd play some Dream Match or try some goofy clears in Guild Raid for fun. But that's pretty much my daily routines, guys. Pretty much my daily routine. And also make sure that you do collect all of your coins from the exchange shop here. Get all these things, get these coins here, collect whatever you can out of here. Do not forget about it. And also, this is the last day for Maya's event. Make sure that you are farming for these materials. Again, guys, I've been farming in the card dungeon to try to get it done. You guys just saw that I almost have the Maya's event, gift event done on my free-to-play account. On my main account, it is done. Also, by the way, guys, I almost forgot, when it comes to your dailies, you do have a requirement where you have to do Epic Quest. On my free-to-play account, I don't ever worry about this. I don't play Epic Quest pretty much at all. Never play it. But on my main account, what I do is I always go to the Epic Daily Missions. I go to Episode 2, and I collect all of I go to the Go, and then I play all of these. I don't have them unlocked, so I can't show it on my free-to-play account. But I just go ahead and get these experiences, so that way I can move up in the Epic Quest a lot faster. So that is also something to think about depending on where you're at in the game, or even if you care about playing Epic Quest. Like I said, on my free-to-play account, I don't play it at all. There's really no need to play it because I can pretty much do everything in the game as it stands. And I almost forgot that also you want to be doing, whenever you do go in the dungeon here, do Chapter of Fight as well. I forgot to mention that a second ago, but I always kind of go in order and do all these, except for Dungeon Trials. Don't really play that. Get everything I can out of here, and then move on from there. So guys, tomorrow we're going to be getting Shermie and Lady Choi, and that's really, really exciting. But as I showed you guys, it's really, really simple to pretty much kind of run through here and get everything done. There really isn't a need for a new character, unless you're maybe going to be foolproofing for something else in the future. But I'm still excited for the characters, and I'm still excited to see what Netmarble is going to do for them. And, maybe their gimmicks or their effects will be really handy in the future for future game modes. But let me know how you're all feeling about the state of the game, I mean, do you think we need some in-game content? Do you feel like this game really is too easy and that we're just plowing through this and where there really isn't a need to get these characters? I mean, it really feels like, Netmarble is, they're shuffling out these characters, but they're not really giving us any motivation to really pull for the characters other than just waifu and just loving them, right? And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. DD+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.